Thanks to Crucial for sponsoring this video. Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Join the Patreon to vote for Moon Knight or Kate Bishop, and like and subscribe for more money next time you play. Maybe. Today we're building Lex Luthor, arch nemesis of DC's most legendary hero, Superman. Considering Superman is Superman, and his other rivals include the likes of Brainiac and Doomsday, it makes sense that his greatest villain has the greatest power. Just like a lot of money.
Superman.
Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need to look good. I'm thinking a suit, maybe worsted wool or indestructible metal, either or. Next, we need to be the boss by bossing people around so we don't have to get our hands dirty. Finally, we need kryptonite-infused weapons, so you can get your hands dirty with some Kryptonian blood.
Now, we all know that Lex Luthor is a tech genius, but you shouldn't have to be if you want to upgrade your PC. That's where today's sponsor, Crucial, comes in. Crucial is all about memory and storage upgrades for your PC with a free safe system scanner to find the upgrades that work best for you. Now, I've been meaning to upgrade my computer for a while now. It's where I work, where I game, and where I game for work. Instead of unplugging my tower and lugging it down to the electronics store, I just used Crucial's free system scanner to find out the upgrades that my PC needed. It took less than a minute, and then they hooked me up with some great deals to boost my memory and my frame rate for better gaming. Seriously, I cannot overstate how easy and fast this is. They even give you installation instructions so you can do it yourself. Also, they're offering Tulok subscribers 15% off of Crucial products to upgrade your PC.
Click the link in the description and enter offer code TULOK15.
Go safely scan your computer for free, find some great upgrades, and maximize your gaming experience without having to be a tech genius billionaire.
For stats, we'll be using the standard point array from the player's handbook. Roll for stats if you want, just keep those multi-classing minimums in mind. Intelligence will be number 1. If you're gonna beat Superman, it's in the only area he's not super, his brain. Although, Superman isn't an idiot. His biggest villains are just Lex Luthor, debatably the smartest human, and Brainiac, a literal space god of brain power. Anyway, charisma next. Obviously, Lex has to talk his way out of prison. There's no way a billionaire could just commit horrible crimes, earth-destroying acts over and over and over again and get away with it by buying their way out. Dexterity after that, signing checks requires fine motor skills, and Lex always pays with checks, even at the grocery store. Dude is evil. Follow that up with wisdom. You need to observe the Man of Steel if you're going to figure out his secret identity. He probably reads the Daily Planet. He seems really concerned with 2 of their reporters. Constitution has to be a bit low, and we're dumping strength. Lex is actually one of the strongest and toughest humans, but compared to the big blue Boy Scout, he's wimpy, not hefty. Lex Luthor is a human, but to be a human with a bigger brain, go custom lineage. That'll give you +2 to 1 skill instead of +1 to 2. That's it. That's the only difference, and custom lineage can be anything. I swear though, some people act like the D&D YouTube man using custom lineage is their super villain origin story. It's not like I made you bald. Take the skill expert feat for +1 to your intelligence, and another skill like perception, expertise in a skill like investigation, which we'll get at level 1, promise. Expertise doubles your proficiency bonus with certain skills, by the way, also gonna be more important later. Bump your intelligence to 18 with your 2 free points. Again, that's the reason to do custom lineage. Take Arcana for your skill of choice, and the noble background for history and persuasion. Just because you hate your dad doesn't mean you weren't born into wealth. But being rich doesn't mean you can't commit crimes. In fact, it'll help you get away with them. So be a rogue and grab 4 skills from your privileged upbringing like athletics, investigation, intimidation, and deception. If it seems like you're better than everyone else, it's because you have 8 skill proficiencies at level 1, and expertise in 2 more, like history and Arcana, getting all the intelligence checks going. All the ones that matter anyway. Religion and nature are just wisdom skills that they took away from wisdom to nerf Claire. You get sneak attack, which lets you add a d6 of damage to an attack you make with a finesse or ranged weapon when you have advantage on the roll or an ally within 5 feet of the target. Remember, it's only a cheap shot if you didn't spend an inordinate amount of money on magical ammunition. Second level rogues get cunning action, letting you dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action. I don't know how effective that's going to be against a guy with super speed and x-ray vision, but it's worth a shot. Lex takes a bit of time to figure out Superman's weakness weakness. It makes sense that we're, not great at it so far. Third level rogues can become rich dudes as a mastermind. That'll let you be a master of tactics to help as a bonus action with a range of 30 feet to tell someone else to kill Superman for you. I'm just spitballing here, but Idris Elba, you're also a master of intrigue, giving you proficiency with disguise and forgery kits. You've got the money to write your own checks, but if you've ever been the waiter for a rich dude, you know they are the stingiest people in the world. Oh, that's how they got rich. Yeah, and the millions of dollars they got from killing their own father and committing insurance fraud, that was just a bonus. Speaking of fratricide, 2d6 sneak attack damage, that'll help. Fourth level rogues get an ability score improvement, invest in the most important rogue skill, intelligence. Wait, that's bad. Unless we jump over to Artificer. I've been reading The Rock's Twitter feed, seems like magic might be Superman's weakness. So magical tinkering will get those inventive juices flowing, putting tiny magical effects into tiny non-magical items. Little flavor stuff. For your cantrips, Firebolt fires a ranged spell attack that deals 2d10 fire damage. It might not be useful on Superman, but you could try it, or you could use it on Batman. He sometimes messes your day up too. Booming Blade adds a d8 of thunder damage to a weapon attack and another 2d8 of thunder damage to a creature if they move on their next turn. It's a way to get some magical damage on a weapon attack early, though it has to be a melee weapon, so Kryptonite Dagger at this point. That's fine. That also works for your sneak attack damage. For your first level spells, Long Strider gives you a 10 feet bump to your movement speed, more important later when we're trying to keep up with Supes, and Featherfall prevents up to 5 falling creatures from taking falling damage in case you get blown out of the sky when we build a flying machine later. Second level artificers can really start murdering aliens with infusions like Enhanced Weapon, adding 1 to the attack and damage rolls of a weapon and making it magical in terms of overcoming resistances. That would work on something like Stone Skin or Blade Ward, but would struggle against Barbarian rages. Not that I'd ever make a Barbarian Kryptonian. Boy, that sounds super hard. Enhanced Defense adds 1 to the AC of a set of armor to keep your doughy human physique intact, and by doughy, I do mean positively shredded. Lex is jacked. Enhanced Arcane Focus adds 1 to the attack rolls with a spellcasting focus, and you can ignore up to half cover for a little bank shot. Sending Stones are 2 stones you can cast Sending Between. Pretty sure that LexCorp has set up a mobile plan at some point. They're one of those vague comic book companies that does R&D and science, but it's not really clear where the money's coming from. Third level artificers can actually start competing with the aliens if you choose Armorer as your specialty. That'll let you wear heavy armor without worrying about your strength. You can use heavy armor as a spellcasting focus, and you gain Smith's Tools proficiency and can choose an armor model. The Infiltrator will work best for you, giving you a lightning launcher that fires a ranged weapon attack, dealing 1d6 lightning damage and 2d6 lightning damage once per turn. You're also 5 feet faster and don't have disadvantage on stealth checks if your armor would normally impose it. All of this pairs really well together to help you get your sneak attack bonuses, since the lightning launcher is a ranged weapon. That means not only are you dealing extra damage once per turn, you get extra damage that is also magical. Oh, and it uses your intelligence modifier, so you don't have to invest in dexterity. We're going to be really tight on ability scores. It's so scary. You also get 2 free spells. Thunderwave forces a constitution saving throw on creatures in a 15-foot cube, dealing 2d8 thunder damage to those that fail and pushing them back 10 feet, half damage and no pushing if they succeed. Could be useful if you're fighting someone with sensitive hearing. Magic Missile fires 3 bolts of force that automatically hit and deal 1d4 plus 1 force damage each. It is the rawest type of magical damage, and it can never miss. Doesn't matter how fast your target is, unless they have the shield spell. 4th level artificers get another ability score improvement, and remember when I said we were tight on ability scores? I lied. Grab the sharpshooter feat, because it'll be fun. Letting you fire at maximum range without disadvantage, ignore all but full cover, and take a -5 penalty to your attack rolls with a ranged weapon to add 10 to the damage rolls. That is a big, massive zap from your kryptonite beam, and you can add it to every attack, unlike sneak attack. That becomes more important at the 5th level of armor when you get an extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks instead of 1 with your action. Like I said, sneak attack is only for 1 of those, as is the extra damage from the lightning launcher. But that sharpshooter makes your damage modifier plus 16 with an enhanced weapon, so it kind of compensates. You can also learn 2nd level spells here. Armorers get 2 options for free that are pretty great. Mirror Image creates 3 illusory duplicates of yourself that enemies might hit instead. When they attack you, roll a d20. On a 6 or higher, they hit 1 of 3 duplicates, 8 or higher for 2 duplicates, and 11 or higher for 1 duplicate. Is True Sight one of Superman's powers? Oh god, it is. He is the worst. Shatter Force is a constitution saving throw on creatures in a 10-foot radius sphere, dealing 3d8 thunder damage to those that fail, half damage to those that succeed. Inorganic structures and creatures made of inorganic materials have disadvantage on the saving throws, though it's not like there's a cyborg Superman. There's a cyborg Superman? This sucks. 6th level artificers get tool expertise, which is expertise, but for tools like tinkerers, thieves, smiths, forgery, and disguise tools, not tools who exploit the working class. In this case, I guess it's both. Sorry that this script is so anti-rich. Totally not the vibe of any comic about Lex Luthor. You also get 2 more infusions. Spell Refueling Ring lets you recover a spell slot slot of 3rd level or lower once per day. So 2nd level right now, but eventually we'll be turning that up. Resistant armor makes a set of armor that resists one of the following types: acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, or thunder. Superman tends to use the laser eyes a lot. Radiant could be a solid option, or cold for his freezing breath. He's got a lot of powers. 7th level artificers get Flash of Genius, letting you add your intelligence modifier to an ability check or saving throw of a creature within 30 feet of you as a reaction. Pairing this with Master of Tactics, you're really helpful to other people. Well, you can be, or you can just help yourself. That seems more in character. 8th level artificers get another ability score improvement, maybe buff your charisma, I guess. Can't hurt, I suppose, and it would make you a conniving son of a gun. 9th level armorers get armor modifications, making your armor count as separate pieces for your infusions and letting you pick up 2 infusions for free as long as they're part of the armor. That means your lightning launcher can be an enhanced weapon, your chest piece can be enhanced defense, and you can still have 3 more infusions as well. You also learn 3rd level spells from the armorer list. Lightning Bolt fires a lightning bolt that deals 8d6 lightning damage to a creature that fails a dexterity saving throw somewhere in a 100-foot line, half as much to the creatures that succeed. Hopefully a bunch of good guys will just stand in a line for you, otherwise the lightning launcher is gonna do fine. Hypnotic Pattern forces a wisdom saving throw on creatures in a 30-foot cube. Failing that, they're charmed and incapacitated until the spell ends in a minute or someone deals damage to them. So it's not the best for murder, but it's great for theft. From the regular artificer list, haste doubles a creature's movement speed, adds 2 to their AC, gives them advantage on dexterity saving throws, and an extra action to dash, disengage, hide, or make 1 more attack. With enhanced defense, that'll put your AC at 21. With enhanced weapon, you could deal an extra d6 plus 16 lightning damage per turn with that extra attack. If only we could have enhanced that enhancement. 10th level artificers enhance their enhancements, with your +1 enhancement infusions buffing to +2. So enhanced plate mail has a 20 base AC, and your enhanced weapon gets +2 to attack and damage rolls. You're also a magical item adept, letting you attune up to 4 magical items at once, and you can get 2 more fantastic options. Winged boots give you a flying speed of 30 feet for a minute at a time for up to 4 hours per day, basically meaning it's not running out. This gets buffed by the infiltrated armor's 35 movement speed, Longstrider to make it 45 movement speed, and Longstrider for 90 feet of flying speed. And you can dash as a bonus action, and you can dash with your haste action. Whoops, made a speedster. Cloak of Protection adds 1 to your AC and saving throws for 21 base AC or 23 with haste up, which should keep the Kryptonians from clobbering you. 11th level artificers get spell storing item, letting you store a spell of 2nd level or lower into an item that can then be cast out of that item using your intelligence modifier, an amount of times per day equal to double your intelligence modifier. Lots of great options, but I think mirror image is my favorite. That way you can just keep refreshing it 10 times per day and always give people disadvantage to hit your massive armor. Not official disadvantage, just like they're impaired. 12th level artificers get another ability score improvement or feat. The Fighting Initiate feat lets you choose a fighting style, like archery, to add 2 to the ranged weapon attack rolls. Pairing it with enhanced weapon will make your sharpshooter penalty -1. I think you're probably gonna hit, and you can hit consistently from up to 300 feet away. 13th level artificers can learn 4th level spells. Summon Construct will summon a robot to help you out. The stats are in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. I trust you to be a smarty pants and read those stats yourself. It gets a little complicated to spell it out in a video. Just please name your construct something more creative than Metallo, please. 14th level artificers are magical item savants, letting you tune up to 5 magical items at once, and you get 2 more infusions, which means it's about time for us to go absolutely bananas. Belt of Hill Giant Strength bumps your strength up to 21. Amulet of Health bumps your constitution up to 19, which means that you're getting an ability score improvement of 22 at this level. I often joke about beating Superman in D&D because Superman in D&D ended up being kinda weak. But with this, Lex might be able to take on some level 40 monster Superman. Artificer is so comically busted. I love it. 15th level armorers get perfected armor, making your lightning launcher stick to creatures it hits, giving them disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the start of your next turn, and the next attack against them has advantage and deals an extra d6 of lightning damage. So that's free advantage on your second attack and a free 2d6 sneak attack damage, plus the extra damage multiple times per turn. It's the kind of synergy a CEO has gotta love. Our capstone is the 16th level of Artificer for one last ability score improvement or a feat. Heavy Armor Master increases your strength score by 1. That doesn't stack with Belt of Hill Giant Strength, so you're just at 9 if you're not wearing it. The reason we're taking it is to reduce non-magical piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing damage by 3 from every hit while you're wearing the thick stuff. It's not really that great of a feat, but tough felt disingenuous for Lex. Probably take the tough feat at home instead. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, you're hard to take down with Giant AC, a sizable health pool from Amulet of Health, keeping you in it for the long haul. You're also spamming some solid damage with your Kryptonian Lightning Launcher, getting a plus 17 modifier from Enhanced Weapon and Sharpshooter, and up to 3 attacks per round. Finally, you can get where you need to with Flying Boots and extra speed from Haste. For weaknesses, someone could catch you asleep sleep before you put your infusions on. That would be bad. Your wisdom saves are also only +1, so you'll have to flash of genius to not get got by hold person and charm person. Finally, heat metal could be a doozy if you don't want to leave the armor. We had to stretch for the weaknesses. I forgot to mention your massive skill list and like 100 other things you're good at. Money can't buy happiness, but it can give you a huge advantage over anyone born without it. Just maybe be a little more generous with your gifts. Otherwise, the suboptimal multi-class reporter alien himbo might be more popular than you. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe for more. We make 2 videos every week. Join the Patreon to vote for Moon Knight or Kate Bishop, and sub to Tulok and Mango for more Tulok fun.